We are now joined live via Zoom by Brigadier General in the Reserves, Yossi Kuperwasser, former Director General of Israel's Ministry of Strategic Affairs and former head of research, the research division in the IDF military intelligence. Good afternoon, good evening to you. Definitely discouraging news after we have had some sense of closure with the return of many hostages. Of course, the very, very sad return of many of those hostages who did not come home alive. Tell us your thoughts on the fragility of this potential deal not going forward, at least for now.
Good afternoon. Well, yes, it's a very problematic situation because we concluded the first stage of the deal, and we get closer and closer to the point where we have to make a decision. And Hamas wants us to take one decision. The government wants to take a different decision because what the government is interested in is not only bringing the hostages back home, but also making sure that Hamas will not stay in power in Gaza, making sure that Gaza will not be the launching pad for more terror attacks in the future. And these two contradicting, what seems to be contradicting goals, make it very difficult for the government to decide. And there was a hope that Hamas will play the game of extending the deal for the first stage for another couple of months, for some more time. It didn't materialize, and Hamas is refusing to do so. So the government has to make a decision.
Yeah, and where does that leave us? I mean, stopping aid, we know even the aid that went in was pretty much hijacked by Hamas anyway, not getting to the millions of people that are really needing it more than anything. So, I mean, do you think this is enough of a deterrent to make them re-engage?
Look, Israel has four assets when it comes to the negotiation table. First, it has the control of the influx of humanitarian aid. And that's the first move that we have seen. It's not going to hurt Hamas so much because there's plenty of products in Gaza right now, so that's not going to be able to have an immediate effect. Second issue that we have on our side is the control of reconstruction. We are not going to allow reconstruction as long as Hamas is in power, and the Hamas should know that. And this is a tool that is very important for Hamas. Third, we have the military power, and we threaten to take military action if Hamas doesn't accept the new ideas put forward by Mr. Witkoff. And fourth, we have the support of the Americans. The Americans are saying, do whatever you think best. And unlike the previous administration that have put all kinds of limits and conditions on Israel's freedom of action, this time it's a totally different story. So we have to see if we can use all those four assets in order to convince Hamas to become more flexible and to accept release of hostages in return for release of terrorists from jail and the progress on the humanitarian issues in exchange for not having the end of the war as the final situation after the deal is done.
Certainly, definitely, stopping right now in the middle is also preventing anybody from moving forward. So the question is, what if the IDF would have to go back into Gaza? In your experience, I know you're not the decision maker. I mean, would it be kind of a more moderate, or could it be extreme, really starting this war again, or kicking powder keg?
If we are going to embark on a new military action, it's going to be much more decisive and bigger than the previous one, because we are now in a situation where we can reach everywhere in Gaza Strip, and we should have to remove Hamas from power. So that would mean that we should have to take over the entire Gaza Strip. We cannot do just raids here and there. It should be something much wider, and that's why the IDF is speaking about big mobilization of reservists and things like that, that would allow the IDF to conduct a very wide-scale operation.
All right. Thank you very much, as always, Brigadier General in the Reserves, Yossi Kuperwasser. Much appreciated.
Thank you.